How goes the family? Welcome back to Patterson Properties. Hopefully you guys are having a great and exceptional day. All right, let's get into it. All righty. So last week I talked about a tiny home that generated a young lady a lot of money in the good old metro Atlanta, Georgia area. And now I'm going to be talking about this young man who lives in Waco, Texas, family. Today I'm talking about Isaac French, who you see right here behind me. Isaac French, who is 25 years old, bookkeeper and contractor, co-owns and operates a tiny hotel in Waco, Texas, with 7 tiny homes that he opened earlier in this year. And when I say this year, I'm talking about 2022, not 2023. According to the article that I read the other day, before getting into the short-term rental business, Mr. French ran a cloud-based accounting business in Waco, Texas. But around late 2020, he told Insider he was itching to take advantage of the hot real estate market in the area. Waco is within 2 hours driving distance of Austin, Texas, and Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. And he says, I had these things to create. He had these ideas brewing to create this modern Scandinavian housing concept in Texas. But Mr. French said that while he always had an entrepreneurial spirit, working in his father's construction business as he grew up gave him the experience he needed to execute the idea. In March 2021, he bought a 5-acre plot that would become Live Oak Lake. The 7 cabins are between 550 and 600 square feet, as you can see behind me, and were built in Scandinavian architectural style. And before I go on, one thing I can say is that, you know, people have to always love going to secluded areas. People love going to secluded areas for vacations for a long time, or just to live their final days on planet Earth in a nice secluded area. And before I go on, as I stated earlier, he got a lot of this experience working in his family's business. Being a part of a family business, because a lot of people shun that. This article proves that being a part of a family business, a lot of times, depending on the business, can help you grow in so many other ways outside of that business. So learning any sort of business, even if you're not planning to do it for the rest of your life, can be helpful regardless of the situation. But the 2020 lockdown pandemic put private secluded areas in high demand in a very, very big way. I remember that a lot of people were just getting away, especially with people being able to work from home. A lot of people, you know, they left New York, they left California, they left DC, left all the big major cities, went to smaller towns to rent or buy a new home and start a new life. The article also stated that Live Oak Lake, his project, has generated more than $500,000 in bookings since it opened, and that's only been less than a year, as indicated by screenshots of Airbnb and Stripe dashboards reviewed by Insider. And I did not know about you all, but that is one heck of a profit, family. The article also stated that here's how French got his business off the ground. French used $138,000 of his savings to purchase the land. At the time, he projected that the construction cost of building his tiny hotel would come to about $1.6 million. Mr. French's father, 2 brothers, and father-in-law joined as minority partners so he could secure a construction loan worth 80% of the appraised cost and build the project. And before I go on, one thing that I can say is that having the right people around you, especially the right family members that are all about working with one another and not against each other, basically allows people to do major things like what this family has done, and can get things done in an efficient manner. You know, like I said, this is a family operating as a corporation, and I love it. The partnership meant that Mr. French could also use a line of credit from his father's construction business to cover further construction costs. He said that when he was starting out, he was confident that the property would be appraised at a higher value than the cost, especially once he could prove it was a commercial success, and he planned to do a cash out refinance, taking out a bigger mortgage against the value of the property as gained since the owner acquired it, to pay off the cost of labor and materials. Live Oak Lake took about 9 months to finish. French acted as a general contractor for the project, which included building the roads, utilities, and a man-made lake. The tiny hotel, which opened for business January 2022, ended up costing $2.5 million to construct. He said the price increased because of labor shortages and soaring lumber prices, as well as additions like hot tubs and a pool. The article ended on this note, stating that Mr. French stated that I was surrounded by lots of incredible people as well. He didn't do it all by himself. As far as contractors and landscapers, French said, 4 months after opening, the property was appraised at $3.1 million. So he did churn out a profit, and even after all the debt that he took out, and Mr. French and his family did 80% cash out refinance. He received a loan of 80% of the property's value, or $2.48 million, appraisal reports, and the HUD-1 settlement statement reviewed by the company that wrote this article. Mr. French said that, it's crucial in securing the construction loan was showing Live Oak Lake's selling points as an experience, including lots of drawings and renderings in the planning forms. With a new batch of funding, Mr. French was able to pay off the original construction loan and the line of credit he used to complete the project. He saw a vision, he saw an asset, he turned it into an even bigger asset, and it paid off in a very, very big way. And he didn't do it all by himself. He did this with the help of friends and family. And that's why I said, as we get older, and the fact that this young man is younger than me, he obviously grew up around people who are business and investor minded. That needs to be a part of culture. I don't care what your race is or your religion is. For a lot of people, it is a part of their everyday culture, in their family's culture, but it needs to be a part of our everyday family's culture in the African American community. Even if you don't have certain access to certain capital and resources, but putting paychecks together, ensuring that years go by where we're putting money into other assets that grow, whether it's a self-directed IRA, whether it's just saving money in the bank account, whether it's ensuring that we have great credit scores so that we can max out specific credit cards if need be. These things matter. These things matter. These things matter. Owning real estate so that we can take our equity line of credits to pursue different projects and things of this nature. Joining the military so you can get access to small business loans, and things of that nature. Getting veteran affair loans and all that great stuff. These things matter. Access to capital, access to capital, access to capital. That's why I say I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat or whatever. I don't care who's in the White House, governor's house, or mayor's house. It's about what you're doing in your economic house. All right. And that's why I never listen to a politician unless I'm hearing access to capital being talked about, and even then, so if I'm hearing it, where is it in writing and where is it in policy? Okay. Is the dollars rolling my way, or if it's getting tossed out into the bay? That's all that matters. So I have to give the young man credit and give him his flowers, and I wish him luck in his future endeavors. Don't forget Patterson Properties. We wholesale real estate via tax sales, tax lanes, and doing the old school fashion of, sending out text messages, emails, and doing cold calling and all that great stuff. But we operate in the DMV area and the Pennsylvania area, and we have rental properties in the Pennsylvania area because it's cheaper. So give us a call. Our website's in the description. See our contact information. Go from there. Also, if you're a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, don't forget to check out WEBULL, Stash, Acorns, Crypto.com, Coinbase. All those platforms you'll be able to make some money moves. Specifically with WEBULL, get some free stocks, and free stocks is a beautiful thing because I always say if you know it's free, then you know it's me. And we are part of GS Partners. We have the opportunity to invest in crypto, invest in the NFTs, known as non-fungible tokens, get paid to refer other people to do the beautiful thing. Links in the description, be able to go from there. And as always, remember, you can't get fired if you own a company. Mr. French owns a company, and I'm sure he's going to own other companies and have other projects because of all the experience that he got dealing with this specific Live Oak area, and go from there. So as I always say, do the great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Make money moves, or you're going to live like a fool. Take care.